yet again with another video. So today, as you can see, the topic actually have 2 to 3 topics. But I wanted to talk about gaslighting and self-gaslighting, as well as narcissistic parents and narcissistic in-laws. And I also wanted to talk about a really good way to heal from narcissistic abuse, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys may or may not have already done this. But y'all know I got my mask on, just trying to keep safe, just saying. So anyway, you guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about gaslighting, and I took some notes because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But basically, when, if somebody gaslights you, and by the way, it doesn't necessarily have to always be a narcissist, but since, I'm a former victim and now a survivor of narcissistic abuse, that's who the channel is for. So when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, they're going to make you question your judgment. They're going to make you question your sanity. They're going to want to make you believe that something that clearly is true, but your narcissist is going to try to make you believe otherwise. They're going to try to make you self-doubt yourself or question your own reality, as if, what your intuition is telling you, what your gut is telling you is true. The narcissist is going to make you go against your own intuition. The narcissist is going to make you go against your own reality. Now it's crazy because the narcissist that I dealt with, he would do this throughout the time that we was dealing with each other. He would say things like, he never said that, or, you're making things up. And, I actually have another video where I have gaslighting phrases. So if you find this video insightful, you definitely want to make sure that you check out that one, because, I kind of go into details, as far as those particular phrases that you want to look out for when it comes to dealing with a narcissist. But basically, gaslighting is pretty much when, again, someone manipulates you using psychology methods. Basically, again, as I mentioned, questioning your own sanity, questioning your own reality. They have a power of reasoning, or making you question your power of reason, or making you question, like, wait, what is that again? Or another example, like, this is kind of general, but the narcissist might say the sky is green, but you see the sky is blue, and the narcissist is going to say, no, the sky is green, and they look you dead in the eyes as if it's true, but it's not true. The sky is blue, but the narcissist is like, no, the sky is green. So again, and the reason, there's mosquitoes out here. But the reason why the narcissist does this is because, they want to manipulate you. They want to control you. They want to have power over you. You know what I'm saying? They gain power and control by being able to gaslight you, by being able to manipulate you, your mind, your thoughts, your thinking, your emotions, your psychology, your mental state. They gain power and control over that. That's what the narcissist is all about. But again, what they're also doing is they're planting seeds of doubt in you. So that way in the future, you will always rely on the narcissist mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Like, they don't want you to be able to rely on yourself, like using your own intuition, using your own judgment, using your own reasoning, because, eventually they're going to know, like, okay, this person's going to wake up. They're going to see that I'm manipulating them. They're going to see that I'm controlling them. But since the narcissist wants to take that privilege, they want to take that right away from you by gaslighting you. You see what I'm saying? And so, they want to plant those seeds of doubt, those seeds of uncertainty in your mind, and this is going to make you constantly question yourself, and this is going to slowly cause you to question your own reality, as if you're the crazy one, as if something's wrong with you, or, like you're the manipulator here, or you're the one that needs help, which we all need support. But the narcissist is going to try to flip everything onto you and use and twist your words against you. And this could be normal people too. Like, you have some people that could look you up on social media, and they could feel like they know you, and then you may tell them information, and then they may try to twist that and use that against you. Or some people may just want to be around you because they want to find out what ticks you off, because then they want to turn around and try to tick you off. But as we talked about in previous videos, is understanding the benefit of not reacting to others and responding, or sometimes it may come to a point where you don't respond at all. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope that that is helpful. And please, you guys chime in if there's anything that you want to say in regards to gaslighting, self-gaslighting, and or narcissistic parents and in-laws when it comes to trying to control you and manipulating you. Oh, shit. Sorry, you guys. Using finances. So yeah, in regards to self-gaslighting, now, because you have been around the narcissist, it probably has come to the point where their gaslighting is probably going to rub off on you. So when you separate from the narcissist, you may begin to self-gaslight. So, you may begin to try to question your own reality, or you may question your own reasoning. You may begin to maybe trick yourself, maybe even self-manipulate, or, maybe you may plant seeds of doubt or plant seeds of uncertainty. And maybe you're always constantly questioning yourself, or maybe you could know that some things are true, but then you might just be like, oh, well, no, that's not the case. Or maybe you might make excuses, or, maybe there's just some sort of, it could be like self-denial, or it could be also a protection mechanism kind of thing going on here. And it could be due to you being around the narcissist, due to you being around the abuse, and being manipulated by the narcissist. So you just kind of want to be mindful of that. Now, I do know that a lot of children of the narcissist, so like adult children, would actually self-gaslight themselves, because again, they may not want to accept the fact that, hey, my parent is a narc, or my in-law is a narc. It might be too painful, because a lot of times adult children, not all, but a lot of adult children at the end of the day still love their narc parent, or they may still love their narc in-law. So they don't like the idea of being separate from that parent or that in-law. Maybe it's too dangerous. Maybe it's too frightening to the inner child, because maybe the adult child of that narc maybe has not done the inner healing, has not done the inner work. And so, it may just be safe to self-gaslight themselves, or manipulate, or, be like, oh, dissociate from the situation, or dissociate from what the reality, you know what I'm saying? Or block it out, or ignore it, or say like, oh, like some other adult children of the narc could know that their parent is a narc, but because it's too frightening, or maybe they're just too codependent on that parent, then they're like, oh no, like they're not a narc, or what they're doing is normal, you know what I'm saying? Like parents behaves that way. So that's a way of, how you can self-gaslight yourself. Or you could be like, oh, well, my parent didn't say that to you, or my mom or my dad did not say that, or, they didn't mean that. They're only doing that because they love you, or they love us, or they want us to be together, blah, blah, blah. Or like, let's say if the in-law is kind of intruding in on your household and your children, and then the adult child can be like, oh, well, they just really care. They mean well. It's not really like that, so that's another way of self-gaslighting yourself. So, if you are either being gaslighted, or if you're self-gaslighting yourself, then you want to just be mindful of it and be aware. And, just maybe you might want to figure out why you're doing it, how you're doing it. And then also too, if it's another person doing that to you, figure out how they're doing it, and why they're doing it. Well, we know why, but figure out what they're doing, how they're doing it, and then you want to work through how to stop it. Or if you're not able to stop it, or let's say you're kind of trapped with the narc, or you're codependent on them, then you just want to practice not reacting, or having a different response, or kind of distancing yourself from your abuser, and eventually becoming independent of the abuser, and being able to reclaim your identity, reclaim your power, and reclaim your sense of self. And you may have to start to do some self-reflection, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense. Because, and I don't think I've ever talked about this, as far as like the gaslighting, because honestly, like, I don't know if I've self-gaslighted. I know that I've been like in denial when it came to the narcissist, especially like after I went no contact. But more so it was just like, yeah, I think I was like in denial. I was like in a grieving process. And this was back in like 2014, 2015, you know? And I knew like what I was dealing with, so there was no question. But I think maybe I was just thinking to myself like, oh, they can change, or oh, maybe one day they're gonna apologize, or oh, you know, I mean, maybe I was thinking like, oh, maybe was I the problem, or you know what I'm saying? So maybe that could have been some sort of self-gaslighting to a certain degree. And I did have some self-doubt. I questioned my decision to leave or to like stay in no contact with the narc, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, question. I guess I could say there was parts of me that would self-gaslight. But a lot of times people who self-gaslight a lot, they're usually the ones that, they may be aware that this person is a narc, but they still could have some sort of attachment. Again, there's some sort of trauma bond. There's some sort of self-gaslighting that's going on, or it's just trauma. It's just unresolved pain, unresolved grief, or CPTSD, right? You know what I'm saying? So it could be a lot of that going on. And again, there's no judgment because I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to be mindful of that. You know, if you are self-gaslighting yourself, just be aware and just kind of work on correcting it, trying your best not to do it, and then recognize it, and then, you know, kind of get back in touch with reality and understand the truth of the situation, accept it, and go through your grieving process, and also, deal with whatever other emotions that you're feeling, but also, you know, have hope for the future, you know, and then also the forgiveness of it, depending on, because again, as I always say, some people choose to forgive the narc and then other people choose not to. So it is what it is. But the other thing I wanted to talk about is your narcissistic parents and or in-laws using finances to control you. And this is not only like if you're their parent, but they can also do this to spouse. You guys know, like the people that are married to the narc, or maybe you're in the process of being divorced, stuff like that. They will use finances as a weapon. So this is why it's very, very important to learn about self-reliance, self-independence, self-help, self-improvement, because the whole point when you're meeting the narc, I'm always looking around. When you're with the narcissist, they're going to use the finances as flattery. This could also be an in-law too, could be trying to use flattery to woo you in, love bomb you, groom you, train you to behave in a way that pleases the narc. But once you come to the realization that they're actually using the finances or the resources as a tool to control you, to manipulate you, to, you know, get you to comply, to get you to follow along in the narcissistic cult, then you just want to be careful. And you may, and I'm not telling anybody what to do, by the way. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. Disclaimer. I'm only sharing my experiences and what I've went through, and I just share how I've been able to move through it. You know what I'm saying? So let me wipe my glasses off. But anyway, make sure that you guys do follow this video, follow the page, subscribe to the channel. And make sure that you guys visit my website and sign up for my email list, so that way you will be notified on the new events and things coming up. And I still have some news, some good news that I want to share with you guys, but I will definitely keep you guys posted. So anyway, but yeah, just be mindful and understand when you're dealing with narcissistic parents, or it could be your narcissistic partner, or it could be a co-parenting situation or parallel parenting. Just realize they're going to use, finances against you, whether they're controlling like the other parent or they're trying to control you. They're also, they're going to try to make you feel guilty. They're going to try to make you feel fear, and they're going to try to make you feel obligation. So sometimes, so if you're like, okay, so what do I do? So you just want to make sure that, you know, you can pick up some multiple gigs, or maybe you might have an idea of a skill that you're really good at, or maybe you want to start your own business, or maybe you might want to have like a side hustle independent from your narc parent. Because again, if they realize that you're dependent on them solely for finances, they're going to try to take things away from you. If they know that, you're reliant on them, they may try to deny you food, or deny you resources, or deny you attention, or deny, just affection and stuff like that. They may ignore you if they like, oh, you're not complying, or you're not doing what I want you to do. Then they're going to turn against you. It's crazy. But then, like, once you start pleasing the narc, right? And then they'll reward you. So it's like a constant. That's where the trauma bond is going on. So they have acts of rewards if you do what they want you to do. But if you don't do what they want you to do, then they're going to punish you. So that's when they take the resources away from you. So it's like a game that they play. So you just want to be mindful of the game that they're playing, the trauma bond game. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time, you guys. It takes, the counseling, the coaching, and the therapy to overcome that trauma bond, or, somebody that has actually experienced the abuse or experienced the trauma bond. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I feel like I was trauma bonded with my aunt. Definitely trauma bond with the male narc and the borderline. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2014, 2015, 2016 and stuff like that. So, yeah. You really have to, you got to learn independence, you guys. You got to, and you have to learn how to put your trust in God. God has to be your provider. God has to be your protector, and God has to be your defender. Because as I said in the previous video, the narcissist wants to make you worship them. And the narcissist is not a God, but the narcissist in their mind, they think they're God, but they're not, And so, and it's kind of sad to say, but they see you, if you're their adult child, or maybe if you're younger, they see you as an object. They see you like just this pin. Or if it's like your partner, you're a pin to them. They could just drop you, pick you back up whenever they want. They see you as a plaything, a play toy. Put you on the shelf, take you off the shelf. Put you on the shelf, take you off the shelf. So you don't want to allow anybody to play with you like that, or they like a puppeteer, like using strings, or they may say little things or do certain things to try to get at you. Don't allow people to do that. And this could be normal people too, or normal parents. Maybe they don't have the narcissistic personality disorder, but they can try to again use finances to control you or manipulate you, or get you to do what they think is right, or get you to do what they feel is best for you because they quote unquote because they care. But no, it's not because they care. It's just because a lot of them, they feel like they failed. They feel that like maybe they didn't accomplish everything that they wanted to, so they feel like, oh, so if I didn't do it, then they, of course they don't want you to do that. You know what I mean? So it's sad. It's sad. So just try not to take it personal. Try not to internalize it. But again, you have to take action into your own hands. You have to be the one to break this generational curse, because that's what it is. It's a curse. It's a generational curse, and it's a narcissistic cult type of thing going on. So, but anyway, you guys, that's all I have. And the same thing too can be in regards to the narcissistic in-law, because a lot of times that narcissistic in-law has probably already gained control over their adult son or their adult daughter. Now, if you come into the picture, you become a threat. You can either become a threat, or you might become, another minion, or they may want to welcome you into the cult, or welcome you into the family dynamic, and the narcissistic in-law is going to be campaigning to see, like, are you a good fit, for the narcissistic cult? Like, are you willing to comply? Are you willing to follow along, go along with what the narc in-law wants? If you comply, okay, it's going to be good for the moment, but there's still the narcissistic in-law is still going to abuse you, still going to mistreat you, still going to want to get information out of you so they can turn it around and flip it on you. And again, this could be normal people too. They could be fishing around for information or trying to find stuff on you, and then they realize they can't find anything. Then it's just like, okay, But anyways, yeah, so you just, the key is self-reliance, self-independence, and emotional control, right? Control your emotions. So I hope that this was helpful and insightful. Let me know what was you guys' takeaway. Leave feedback. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, I'm going to link some videos below where I talked about some gaslighting phrases. If you feel like, maybe are you gaslighting yourself, or are you being gaslighted by, whether it's a partner or it's a parent or it's an in-law. I would love to know. I'm also going to link some videos to help you in regards to that. And also, I'm going to leave some other videos to kind of help you, understand and how to move through financial abuse, financial manipulation, and stuff like that. Maybe I'll make like a whole nother video on that, because that is a big problem. It is. And it's not right, because it's just like, well, sir or ma'am or mom or dad, you lived your life already. Don't be so focused on me. Like, do your own thing. Yeah, you can support, but you're not going to control me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't control you, so you don't have the right to control me. And again, this could be for an in-law. Like, no, like it. And again, a lot of times these in-laws, they are in relationships. Like, they can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but they're still so focused on you and their adult child. It's just like, go do your own thing. Don't you have enough attention? But no, that in-law needs all the attention on them, needs all the praise, all the admiration, all the supply. It needs to be focused on them. And it's like, no, like, they're not a child. But, and this is for another video, that narcissistic in-law is going to make you and your spouse become parents of them. And it's just like, that in-law is the actual quote-unquote parent, but they're going to try to flip the roles, flip it, and so they're going to use your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend as an emotional punching bag, or as an emotional confidant, when it's like, don't you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend that should be your emotional confidant? But that's not even enough, because they're so focused on having all the control and manipulating everybody in the family cult with finances, so anyway, I hope that was helpful. If you guys would like to learn more, please don't hesitate to reach out and book a session with me. I would love to support you in any way that I can. Also, so I had 2 people that reached out to me in regards to the Overcome CPTSD and PTSD group 90-day coaching program. I really appreciate you guys. Now, I did understand that there was a thing with the finances, and I completely get it. So if you're watching this and maybe, you have to sort things out financially, I want you to send me an email, because I want to work something out with you guys. So that way, it's not like digging too much into, your finances, but it's still able to, benefit and help you while, you work through your finances. You get what I'm saying? So go ahead and send me an email if you are interested in my group 90-day coaching program called Overcome CPTSD, PTSD, where we're going to be we're going to be learning about, how to overcome it, how it happened, why it happened, and then we're going to have an action plan on how to heal, recover, and basically, kind of cope with it and learn to live through it without it being such a hindrance in your life and your progression, your progress and forward movement in your life in a positive way, right? So if that sounds good, send me an email, put the title CPTSD, PTSD group coaching, and say that that you're interested in signing up, and we'll work out a payment plan. We'll do like a payment plan. So again, so it's not too much, it'll be as affordable as possible, but we want to make sure that you get the most out of the program, right? And it's going to be a group. So I look forward to that. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and send me an email after this video. I love you guys so much. And thank you for those of you that have got readings from me, sessions with me, inquired about my courses, that have donated to the channel. Please continue to keep doing that. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the ministry. Like I said, you can donate as much as you want, or whatever you feel like the value is of this video. Please don't hesitate to do so. Thank you guys in advance. I just want to continue to keep helping as many people as possible. Like I said, I do have some updates for you guys very, very soon. Some new things that are coming out, so be on the lookout. Like I said, visit my website so that way you don't miss any emails that I send out to the community and all that good stuff. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.